The Longsjo Classic Bike Race rolls into downtown Fitchburg this Sunday, bringing riders from around the world to compete in the second oldest bike race in the country. Fitchburg Rides kicks off the annual Kids Bike Rodeo, and a house fire leaves several families homeless over the weekend. All this and more coming up next on Our City News.
And now, the latest news, sports, and weather with Stephanie Allison and the entire Our City News team.
It's that time of year again when professional bike racers hit the downtown streets of Fitchburg. The 56th Longsjo Classic, the second longest running bike race in the country, kicks off Sunday at 9 a.m. Food trucks, a beer garden, and a Jumbotron TV on the Upper Common are just a few things happening in the city this weekend. Elite racers competing in the Longsjo race head-to-head for the top prize by battling it out on our downtown streets. I'll be live all day from Rollstone Bank Park, right on Main Street. With some special guests, and the entire FATV crew will be bringing you race coverage starting at 9 a.m. Sunday morning. If you're looking for something to do right after the race on Sunday, there will also be a free music festival. The Jazzapalooza Festival will take place after the Longsjo on Riverfront Park. The show starts at 5 p.m. on June 25th, and admission is free. The concert will feature local music, including the Jazz Depot, Jessa Potts, Stephanie and Joe Mazzarella, Emery Mazzarella, and Riverfront Blues Band. Looks like a great way to close out race day right here in the city. Live music and lots of fun. In our top story this week, a 2-alarm house fire had Fitchburg firefighters busy this past Sunday. The fire department responded to 150 Elm Street around 2:30 Sunday after residents reported alarms and smoke in the building. No one was hurt in the fire that left the 3-family house uninhabitable. It appears the fire may have started in the attic, but the officials are still investigating the cause of the blaze. Glenn Fossa was on the scene as residents were picking up the pieces. Glenn?
Stephanie, this 2:45 p.m. alarm came in at this 3-family home right here at 150 Elm Street here in the afternoon, of course, probably saving many, many lives. Everyone got out safely. Our own resident, Stephen Brissett, had this to say.
Well, I came home from work. I got here around noontime. I just started watching the golf that was on TV, and then I heard from upstairs the alarm going off, and after that, I mean, seconds later, the door came, my back door got knocked in by either a police officer or a firefighter and told me to get out. That's really all I had.
Obviously, it must have shocked you. Kind of tell us your emotion from that point forward and what you did.
Yeah, I just grabbed my my wallet, my car keys, and my phone, and I went outside. And I've had tragedy in my life before. I just got to try to pick the pieces up this time.
And, of course, the local chapter of the American Red Cross still working with some of the residents here, victims of that 2-alarm blaze right here at 150 Elm Street. 150 Elm Street fire is now out. Overhaul having been completed, obviously, by the Fitchburg Fire Department, and residents getting a few things as they clean up here. This is Glenn Fossa reporting for Our City News.
Thanks, Glenn. Great work by the Fitchburg Fire Department. The annual Kids Bike Rodeo, sponsored by Fitchburg Rides, was a hit last Saturday. Our own Kelly Johnson stopped by the Rollstone Bank parking lot to see what was going on.
Joining me here today at the Bicycle Rodeo downtown Fitchburg, we have Chris, who is a volunteer who was able to help these kids with any maintenance that they needed. Tell us about how you got involved with this.
Joel Caddy's done a great job with this event over the last few years, making sure that all the kids turn out and kids are able to get an opportunity to either have their bikes fixed or perhaps even ride away on a new one. So we're happy to help with whether it be repairs or assembly of some of the bicycles that have been donated by a lot of charitable people. So any way we can help, Joel, we're happy to be here. And the Longsjo is a phenomenal event, and I think this just adds another layer of community investment to it.
That's great. More to come from bicycles around Fitchburg. Back at the bike rodeo here, I'm joined with Joel Caddy, who is able to bring this to our city every year. Joel, how is this brought together? Who is our partners?
So let's see. Historical Society obviously is a big player in this with the Ivor Johnson Show. We've had 2 donors this year. Beers for Good donated $1,000 to buy bikes, and Fidelity Bank gave us $500 to buy bikes. Rollstone Bank is a big supporter. We're standing in their lot here, actually. The Fitchburg Police Department Bike Patrol, the College Bike Patrol is here. A friend of mine, Wally Estrella from Portland, Maine, who's a bike instructor, has come down, set up the course for us for the kids. And then a handful of volunteers, John Raschuti, Steve Curry, and his wife, Kim. So this is the 4th year for the rodeo, the 5th year for the Ivor Johnson Show. This year we incorporated a hill climb at the Ross Street over near the college. The Howarth House, Brian and Linda Beliveau is giving the winner a free night stay at the bed and breakfast. So behind the scenes, there's many people that helped put this together. Dave Wernerman, Pete Capadagli, Scott Kingsman worked with the show and also the bike swap, and we're planning for next year.
Those are all amazing things to hear. Clearly, lots of energy goes into this, so thank you for letting everyone know how much really is involved to have this great day for the kids. Today, from the Ivor Johnson Bike Show and the Bike Rodeo, I'm Kelly Johnson reporting for Our City News.
What a great event for the kids put on by Fitchburg Rides. The annual Nashua River Brewers Festival gets underway Saturday at Riverfront Park with music and lots of fun. This is one event that the adults can kick back and enjoy a little time out. Glenn Fossa talked with the organizers about what we can expect from this year's event.
So, of course, Civic Days wouldn't be complete without the celebration of the Nashua River Brew Fest here at Riverfront Park, of course. With me, Dave Streb, another icon from going way back to the origin of the Brewfest. Great to see you today, Dave. Tell us a little bit about the event and what's going to go on.
It's June 24th, which is Saturday, from 1 to 6 p.m. It's at Riverfront Park, as you know, under a big tent. It's a great time for the public. It's a wonderful beer event. We have some beer. We're going to have some beers there this year that I've never had. I'm really excited. Most notably, though, this year, River Styx. It's going to be their unveiling. They're going to have 2 of their beers. I don't think their brewery is going to be ready to open, but they're going to be able to pour beer at our event, and so we're really excited about that. For a while there, I felt that Fitchburg and Leominster both were probably the largest metropolitan area in the country without their own brew pub or nano brewery, something to call our own. Lo and behold, we got River Styx, and we're all really excited about it, and not least of which that Scott and Jackie both really know how to brew beer. I mean, I get the sense that they really know what they're doing, and they're not just pumping out routine beers.
So Civic Days continues. 2017 kicks off at the Brewfest this weekend, and of course there's a police 5K. So much going on. Thanks so much, Dave Streb.
All right, thank you, Glenn. Appreciate it.
The Coolidge Park Carnival Street Hockey Fundraiser was in full swing over the weekend. Glenn Fossa stopped by to check out all the excitement. Glenn?
And no summertime would be complete without this event right here at Coolidge Park, the Summer Carnival, Finelli Amusements, of course, here, and, of course, the 3rd time now fundraising for Fitchburg Street Hockey. Let's take a look around. And with me right here at the Carnival, of course, Nick Larkin, the basketball extraordinaire, a host. And with me, Peyton and Billy. Great to see you guys. You enjoying the day?
Of course.
Yeah. So, Nick, tell me a little bit more about this amusement and what's been going on.
It's pretty fun. I get a lot of customers. There's smaller prizes down here. Those are $1 a shot. And then up there, those are the jumbos. Those are $2 a shot. And we used to have bigger ones that are choice. Those are $5 a shot, but we ran out of those.
So a lot of winners at this event?
Yeah, there are a lot of winners. I've had about 10 winners today. So that's
wow, that's a lot of winners. And, of course, you can be a winner, too, if you participate in this fundraiser that goes on every year for Fitchburg Street Hockey.
Gotta love going to an old-fashioned carnival. I can almost smell the cotton candy. Fitchburg's mayor talks about ducks, and special correspondent Michael Hartwell has a story about home safety during the summer season. We'll be right back with more.
We'll be right back with more from Our City News on FATV.
Welcome back to Our City News. I'm Stephanie Allison. Civic Days celebrations are kicking off in Fitchburg. One special event is headed down the river. We talked to the mayor about the block party, parades, and little yellow ducks floating down the river. Here's the story.
As Civic Days 2017 jumps off, incredible weather coming our way. It was weather for ducks a little bit earlier, a little bit of rain there, Mr. Mayor. The Honorable Mayor Steve DiNatale with me to talk about Civic Days 2017 right here in our city of Fitchburg.
This is a great time of year for the people of Fitchburg, for the region, the entire district. Come on down. We've got all kinds of events starting this weekend. The National River Brewers Fest, always a big, big hit. There'll be hundreds of people there. Come on down, enjoy yourselves. There'll be food trucks available. And every craft beer you can think of in the region. That's the beginning. That's what kicks off the Civic Days program, and we'll have the next 2 consecutive weekends after that. We've got Longsjo. We've got the block party downtown. We're going to have all sorts of events going on at the block party. And then we wrap it up with the parade on the 4th of July. The biggest parade in the region. And we always do that up very, very well. And then following that, the next weekend, July 9th, will be the amazing duck race. Come on down, buy your ducks, and win a prize.
Now, there's something really special. Everybody, of course, can get their ducks in a row, so to speak. And there's something special coming up. We're going to announce a little bit later. A.J. Tarigny is going to talk about that. So there's a contest to be had. And, of course, there's a debate now about the name of this duck and how it should be named.
Yeah, that'd be great. I mean, I'd be interested to hear what we can get some creative ideas as to what we should call the duck. And that duck behind me. AJ wants to name him Shades because he wears sunglasses. Or she. I don't know. Is a male or a female duck? That would be determined by what you name the duck. So good luck out there.
And we want you to know that everything is just ducky for Civic Days right here in the 2017 Civic Days celebration. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I know you have to get back. That's what this is all about. Thank you so much.
Well, there you have it. Get your ducks in a row and enter the contest. The duck race will be held on July 9th at Riverfront Park. Summer is here, and with all these events and family vacations going on, we tend to spend a lot more time away from home. Our city's Michael Hartwell talks to police officials about staying safe and secure at home during this busy summer season.
Summer is here, but so are new opportunities for people who want to break into your home. We talked to the Fitchburg Police Department about how to keep your place secure while you're out having a day at the beach. So what should people be concerned about around their homes for break-ins and other problems right now?
The biggest thing is when you go on vacation, I would be concerned, make sure your house is locked when you leave, all your cars are locked, garage doors, stuff like that. A lot of times it's a crime of opportunity. people see an open door or something like that, it's something easy to go and grab, they will. Do a stop on your mail. A lot of people forget to stop their mail, and then you notice the mailbox is full of letters if you go away for a week. Do a stop, and the post office actually will stop it, and the day you want to return to the house, you'll get a bundle of mail. So that's usually a good tip. Stuff like that. There's simple stuff.
All right, do you physically go to the post office to have that happen?
No, you can actually go on the United States Postal Service website and do a mail stop, and it shows you what area you're eligible for. I've done it myself, so it's all online. I'm sure you could go to the post office and do it, but much easier online.
In-person crimes such as burglary, is there any time of day people have to be more cautious?
You know, not really. We have breaks during the day, during the night. I'd say there's probably more breaks during the day when people are at work. It's a crime of opportunity. They walk by, they see you left your garage door open. There's a snowblower, lawnmower lane right out in the open. They just pretend like they belong there. We'll reel it right out and walk away. Load it up in a truck and it's gone. Okay, and I hear that air conditioners and windows can be a point of entry? Yes, I didn't even mention that for the summer. If you're going away on vacation, it's easy to take an air conditioner right out of the window, and you climb right in, and by the time you get home from vacation, you didn't know your house was ransacked. So if you do go away on vacation, you have an air conditioner on the first floor, it's probably a good idea to take it out and secure the window, because, think about it, you can just push it right in, and if it's in a back window, most people put them in the back of the house, you don't see it back there in the backyard. The crime won't get reported for a week while you're away. Okay. Is there anything specific for summer other than what we talked about we should be aware of? The biggest thing I would say is lock your car doors, because we have people that go around and they'll check every single lock, every single car in an entire neighborhood. And, the 5 cars that are unlocked, they'll steal the loose change, winning lottery tickets, any little trinkets you have in there. Just lock your car. A lot of times, those are a lot of the breaks, is no real force was used other than opening the door. At the Fitchburg Police Station, I'm Michael Hartwell for Our City News. Back to you, Stephanie.
Thanks, Michael. Great suggestions as we head out of the house for the good weather. The library recently hosted the Human Rights Commission and their efforts to bring peace to our community. Kelly Johnson has the story. Kelly?
We should have our own peace pole.
I'm Kelly Johnson with Our City News here at the Fitchburg Public Library, where we're joined with members of the Human Rights Commission who have brought a wonderful event today for our children. More to speak, we have Cheryl and Barbara. Can you tell us about our event today?
Yes, this is a wonderful event we're having, Teaching Peace to Children. We have the Peace Pole that was donated to the city of Fitchburg, and we're doing an activity where we have fingerprints. The children will use their fingerprints around a peace pole, around a peace sign, and what peace means to them. So we're talking a little bit to peace with them, making the peace sign, and then they're coloring different peace poles, different size peace poles, donated by Monty Tech. Thanks to Barbara.
Monty Tech did a great job with these peace poles. The cabinet making crew put those together for us. We're so excited to have this available to the city for the kids.
And what can the city of Fitchburg look forward to with this continuing events? Will we see more from the Human Rights Commission?
Oh, most definitely. The Peace Pole really was donated originally from Margie Gabrielli, who was a retired school teacher, to the city of Fitchburg. And what this has done has really just opened a door for the Human Rights Commission that's really been stagnant for several years. So one of the other events that we're going to be doing very soon is 4th of July Parade. The Peace Pole is going to be mobile. So we're very, very excited, to really get the Peace Pole visibly out there in the community. And again, it's to engage the community in those discussions of what peace is. I think the climate out there in the society, you see a lot of bad stuff on the news, so we are trying to be optimistic. And again, Cheryl's forte is really with children, preschool, and really reaching out to the kids. So sometimes getting the word of peace out, if you give the information to the children, they bring it home, and then from home discussions happen. So today's project about developing the peace pole is create your peace pole, bring it home, and let's talk about it.
And we have a Facebook page for the Peace Pole. It's going to be going to different schools, different classrooms, and teachers will put online what the children have done, and it will be a great venue for teaching peace.
Well, those are all wonderful things, ladies. As members of the Human Rights Commission, thank you for continuing to bring these important conversations to our city. Stephanie, back to you.
The Longsjo bike race has been a tradition here in the city since 1960. The international race attracts riders from all around the globe competing for the top prize. I took a look at the history of the race and its namesake, Art Longsjo.
The story of the Longsjo starts with the man behind the name, Arthur Longsjo. A Fitchburg native, he started his training in a local sports club, which did track and field meets in the summer and speed skating in the winter. In 1953, Art took up cycling and entered the Massachusetts State Cycling Championships. Wearing cut-off skating tights, a white tennis shirt, and penny loafers, he stole the win, qualifying him for the National Amateur Bicycle League of America, where he placed 9th. In 1956, he was the first person to compete in both the Winter Olympics for speed skating and the Summer Olympics for cycling. Due to a knee injury, he was never able to win a medal. Art's best race was in 1958 in eastern Canada, where he won the 500-mile Tour de Saint Laurent and the 191-mile race between Quebec City and Montreal, which he won for the second time. Tragically, on the way home from Canada on the outskirts of Burlington, Vermont, Art was killed in a car accident at the age of 26. The news would shock the city of Fitchburg that their beloved athlete had been taken far too soon. In honor of this great athlete, the city started a great tradition that would continue for over 50 years. The memory of their favorite son would live on in the race we know today as the Longsjo Classic, a tradition that started in the city of Fitchburg in 1960 to honor this great athlete and Olympian.
We'll be right back with more from Our City News on FATV. You're watching Our City News on FATV.
This week on FATV, Tuesday at 7 p.m., Barbara and you with guests from the Fitchburg Historical Society. Wednesday at 7 p.m., discussing Fitchburg Now with guests from the Plastic City Comic-Con. Friday at 7 a.m., Your Right to Know. And the whole FATV crew will be at Rollstone Bank Park on Sunday, and I'll be live at 9 a.m. Come down and say hi, or tune in at FATV on our educational channel, or stream it live at fatv.org. You never know what you'll find happening here in the city. Kelly Johnson stopped by a unique car show last weekend, where owners and fans were celebrating antique cars from England that have a name we still see today. Although they stopped making English Rover cars years ago, these collectors are saving part of the past not many people know about. Let's take a look.
Kelly Johnson here with Our City News, reporting from Broad Street next to the historic Crocker Field. Here we are with Rover America 17, and I am speaking with Dirk Burrows, who's going to tell us a little about the event and the wonderful cars that we see here. Dirk, what's going on?
Well, thanks, Kelly, for coming down. So this is our 11th year hosting Rover America. It's a gathering of the English car, Rover, the manufacturer of Land Rover and Range Rover, but they also made cars. So we celebrate that, and we have people actually all over the world come to Fitchburg some with their cars, and we talk about, celebrate, work, fix, and generally just have a good time for 4 days.
So you have a facility right over here on Broad Street. What goes on over there?
So I actually have a business here in Fitchburg on Industrial Road, and sort of offshoot of that business was some storage facilities here on Broad Street, and I was able to steal away a little bit and store some cars there. And this is actually our first year. We actually only moved it in December. So we normally host this event near Monty Tech, but this year we decided to try it a little closer to the center of town with all the activities going on.
I think that's great. It's a great thing to bring to our downtown, so thank you. 11th year here with Rover America 17, so we will continue to look forward to more events from you.
You absolutely will.
All right. Dirk, thank you very much for speaking with me today. More from Our City News when we return.
They've played for you in the Manhattan Room in the Hotel Pennsylvania in New York City. Melvin Allen speaking. This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Rover 14 Sportsman Saloon. So what's neat about this car is that it was really sort of the top of the range at the time. Designed for someone of means. Had sported the wire wheels, Lucas headlamps with the fog lamp in the front. And of course, this era was there was a fair amount of chrome. It was sort of the heyday for Rover was the 30s before the war. And this car sports a 6-cylinder engine, so it's fairly powerful considering the time. Really efficient 6-cylinder, probably at this time got close to 25 miles a gallon, believe it or not. Like most cars of that time, this has an aluminum body formed over wood. Of course, the typical leather interior and wood dash and wood trimmings, all made out of African walnut. Like most cars in the 30s, they carried a spare, and usually they kept it on the outside to leave room for the passengers and/or parcels. This has a fairly sparse boot, as they would call it, but still it did the job, and would keep the tools for changing the spare and the tire on the outside. Had that traditional flair and running board style. It was a classy car at the time, and its lines seemed to be timeless. Like many cars of this time, suicide doors were a popular accessory. Made it easy to get in and out of the car, and the interior is fairly well appointed. Pleated leather. Room for the rear, and as you come around the side, you actually see that it had full gauges, clock, oil pressure, speedometer, amp meter, and these were absolutely needed, that's for sure, given the state of electrics in the 1930s. So in the 1930s, this was a fairly pricey car. This would have been owned by a banker or a barrister or attorney, as you might, or a shop owner, or somebody who had some means. So this car probably would have been the equivalent of a higher-end Cadillac or a Lincoln Continental of its time.
So many great events happening this summer right here in Fitchburg, and you can count on the Our City News team to bring you the latest news and events for the city. If you have a story you'd like to see covered, email us at ourcitynewsfitchburg@gmail.com. And from all of us here at Our City News and FATV, I'm Stephanie Allison, and have a wonderful day.